This video is brought to you by Cool Green Clothing.
Don't know now, you know, man. Come check them out, man. Flat out.
Oh, they
That's
know now.
doing.
They waking up. They
That's
waking
all we
up.
doing.
They
You feel me?
waking
It's
up.
a whole lot of that shit going on right now. You dig?
All
You know what I
righty,
mean?
bro.
You see the hat dripping, you see the shirt dripping.
Exactly, man. Nigga dripping all on the cement out this
Get
bitch,
it right.
man.
You feel me? We dripping
My
all
man
that.
dripping all on the cement.
Yes, sir. You feel
Sir,
me?
man.
Yeah.
Show niggas how to do it, man.
Shout out, man. Shout out to Cool Green, man. You feel me? Variety of stuff, man. You feel me? Good dude for real. You know what I mean? His design is impeccable, man. You know what I mean? It speaks for itself.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It speaks for itself for real.
For itself, man.
But who could really rock it like I rock it? You heard?
No one.
What's going on, YouTube fam? It's your boy Tony 2Times, and we back with another episode of the Baltimore Way, man. Before I start, be sure to tap that like button. Definitely watch this video to the end to hear the full story. Subscribe if you're new to the fam. Hit that notification bell for future uploads. Let's get right into it. When pulling up on a block to cop something or sell something, you gotta be on point. It's oftentimes individuals that might not have no money to buy nothing or nothing to sell, that's just waiting for an opportunity to make some bread or just take somebody off. Especially if you are not known on that block. It's best to either cop and bop or keep anything you are trying to sell to yourself until you get around your peoples or your environment. If the corners in Baltimore could talk, they would tell us so many stories of people who lost their lives because they took the wrong person off. But sometimes when there's a lot of people in the neighborhood, it could easily turn into the wrong person getting hit in the case of mistaken identity. And on this episode of the Baltimore Way, we will take it back to 2012 to discuss a case of mistaken identity that left a man doing life in prison. According to sources, when at the time 22-year-old Donald Peoples and his girlfriend, we will call LK, which was a Caucasian woman, decided they needed to make some money and had $200 worth of grass to sell. So about 3 o'clock p.m. on June 19th, 2012, the couple drove her gray Mazda 3 to the Owens Manor apartment complex in Ricerstown, Maryland, to make a sale. Once the buyer approached, it quickly went from the two trying to make some money to the two becoming the target on the block for an easy lick. As a man took the grass and ran, Donald tried to chase him on foot and told LK to follow him in the whip, but the man was gone. But Donald was mad and stayed in the complex looking. A young man we will call Lil S was 15 at the time and taking a shortcut walking through a cut in the apartment complex when he saw Donald. But he mistaked the man for one of his homeboys before calling out, "Hey yo." But as Donald got closer, Lil S realized he didn't know him and said, "My fault, I thought you was my mans." But Donald, still mad he got took off, asked Lil S, "Who your homeboy, shorty? Where he at?" As Lil S refused to answer, Donald grabbed him by his wrist and accused the young man of knowing something before pulling out a blick and forcing him into the back seat of the whip, telling LK to look at Lil S, asking her multiple times, was he the one that took the grass? Confused because they both didn't get a good look at the person, she eventually stated she thought so. As Lil S pleaded with them, he didn't know nothing. When Donald allegedly stated, "I'm gonna show y'all little dudes about playing with me," and instructed LK to drive him to his sister's house. While en route, Lil S tried to escape, but the child lock was on the windows and the doors were locked. After taking the young man's ID and 2 cell phones, Donald banged them in his mouth before they pulled up to Carriage Hill Apartments in Randallstown, in which Lil S was instructed to lay on the floor of the car while they passed through a security booth. Donald then got out of the car to talk to his sister for a minute, who we will call CS. She went into her apartment and came back out with a rifle and got into the front seat of the whip as Donald jumped into the back seat with Lil S. Allegedly, CS loaded the rifle while giving directions of where they were going. A dirt road in the middle of Marysville, Maryland by Carroll County. Once the car stopped, Donald's sister passed the rifle to him and he forced Lil S out of the car. Donald instructed the young man to walk by the bushes before 2 shots were fired and Lil S fell to the ground. Trying to call for help, as he heard a car speed off before he blacked out. A person passing by on a horse discovered the young man, barely conscious, moaning, and covered in blood. The horse rider alerted the property manager, who called police. Lil S was taken to the University of Maryland by helicopter, where he suffered a bullet wound behind his right ear, but fortunately he would survive, with physical damage though. 10 days after the attempt, on June 29, 2012, an anonymous call came to the police with the person telling them to investigate Donald. And on July 11th, police took a photo lineup to Lil S, who was still in therapy in Howard County, but was able to quickly identify Donald as the one who shot him. The police questioned LK, and she gave a written statement admitting her role in the crime and implicating Donald's sister, alleging they took Lil S phones and threw them in a graveyard in Woodlawn and thought he was gone. Then went to the liquor store and played the game for about an hour before taking Donald's sister and a rifle back to her house. As police searched the residence, a .22 caliber rifle was found, phones, latex gloves, and more. As LK was awaiting trial, she was pregnant with Donald's baby at the time. He allegedly wrote her a letter stating take care of the baby and don't talk to police, stating he did not shoot nobody and he wanted to see a video of the baby being born. But once he realized she was state witness, the second letter was different, in which Donald allegedly told her she was stupid for taking a 15-year plea bargain, he didn't care about her or the baby, and when she got home, she would be touched. Once the case made it to trial, Lil S and LK both testified, also LK's father. With witnesses and physical evidence, Donald would eventually be found guilty of kidnapping, attempt, conspiracy to commit a hit, and assault. He was eventually sentenced to life plus 87 years. Donald's sister CS was sentenced to life, all but 25 years suspended for her role in the attempt. More of this story? Think before you react. $200 worth of grass affected 4 people's lives. Fortunately, Lil S survived. I know a lot of people feel like it's not about the amount, it's principles. But now Donald has life in prison, wasn't able to see his baby born, and got his sis jammed up with him. All in all, it wasn't worth it. To prove a point over petty money. $200 can't get you much nowadays. But my question for y'all is, how would you handle being took off? Would you let it go or try to go get some get back? Oh, and by the way, Lil S wasn't even the dude that took it. But hey, that's the Baltimore way. Man, crazy story, you feel me? Fortunately, nobody lost their life in this situation, but allegedly Donald was mad about the whole situation, and I understand, getting took off ain't cool. You feel played, you feel lame, you feel like a clown, but $200 cost him his freedom for life, cost him his relationship with his baby mother, you feel me? She copped out the 15 years, she took a plea, she home of course, but his sister got 25 to life. So man, all in all, it wasn't worth it, man, at the end of the day. And then you got the wrong person. That's the main thing. They ain't even know exactly how the dude looked, you feel me, who took it. So at the end of the day, it's a lose-lose situation. Everybody lost, Lil S was young at the time, Shorty was 15, innocent bystander, ain't have nothing to do with nothing. But so when he went to court, he let it be known what happened to him, and he never came back to court. He never showed back up. But by that time, they already had Donald convicted, man. But let me know what y'all think about this one in the comments. Appreciate you if you made it to the end. Love, fam. I'm out.